And welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to the Startups. This is episode 9. This episode, we kind of go over our summer as our big topic, talking about how to stay productive in the summer, acquiring a new skill, which is probably the best use of your time during the summer, allocating days to study and learn after work instead of just doing nothing. And we kind of took some time to reminisce on our favorite summers as children and kind of comparing differences as how we looked and used summer back then as opposed to now. If you guys are listening to this, you can hit us up on Podbean, like us on Facebook, follow us on there, subscribe to us on YouTube. We put some YouTube videos up, and we'll be doing some live streams, I think, from YouTube this summer as well. We have a patron program on Podbean now, so you guys can help crowdfund us. All that money will be going towards funding our rental for all our equipment. And also, if you're interested in doing an interview with us, we have some interviews lined up this summer, which I think you guys will be really interested in hearing. You can hit us up at the Startups Podcast at gmail.com. Welcome back. Startups Podcast, episode 9. We are here after a short hiatus. We've made it out of the exam fog.
And we are all back here. One of us didn't make it, though. Angus tragically passed on the last day of exams.
His body expired.
Just right in the middle of the classroom, too.
Everyone got an A+, though, so...
That's all. We could all be so lucky.
It was worth it.
Today, we are talking about all things summertime related, as 'tis the season. Such things as staying productive, kind of how to utilize your time during the summer as a student, where you have a lot more free time as you would during the school year, things with summer jobs, and other habits to kind of pick up during the summer. It's always a good opportunity and a good time. Even if you're not in school, I feel like the season itself, it kind of brings a lot of opportunity for people to whatever get outside and play sports and all.
You're not trapped indoors. Assuming nobody listening is from like LA or Costa Rica.
Yeah, they're like,
in which case you can just turn it off now.
Actually, I think we had a download from Costa Rica, so that's
what?
totally. All right,
shout
relevant.
out to that one guy in Costa Rica. Turn it up.
So, staying productive in summer. And I want to talk about this because I think this is probably one of the most productive summers I could see myself having in terms of having this podcast going. We are just entering the starting phase of developing our app, which is pretty exciting. We're all kind of
applet
getting kind of rolling on that. Still in the preliminary learning phase before we start crunching code and getting that all set up and all. But a lot of what we want to talk about staying productive is summertime is a really, really good time, especially as a student. You just have your summer job, whatever it is, you're 9 to 5, or maybe you're just working part-time. And it's really important to always be, I think someone was telling me, I think it was Angus, he was saying that or maybe it was you, some recruiters or some business people were saying how they always want people who are always learning.
Yeah.
You always have to be learning a new skill, acquiring something of
not
knowledge.
just at school or at work or whatever. You want to be doing it on your own time.
Yeah.
I guess within reason.
And obviously summer is a huge opportunity time. I mean, 4 months is a long time. And I feel like in 4 months you could master a lot of different things for sure.
Yep.
And I think I started kind of to do that. I mean, even I started I think it was just before exams or during exams when I would take a break from studying. I would just go and start coding HTML and like doing HTML tutorials and stuff like that. And that's just like an example of, trying to acquire a new skill and bring something into the arsenal, something you could put on your resume or or just something, even if it's, you want to learn how to play an instrument, just something personally that you kind of want to do for yourself. Summertime's always a really good time to do that. And the other thing I wanted to say was that a lot of people, they land that summer job finally. They can take a breather. They're going to have some income for the summer.
Get paid.
Yeah, exactly right. And then you go to work and you come home and the rest of the day it's just a complete yard sale. You're just like, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. It's summertime. And in fairness, you've been grinding the school year for how is it like 8 months or something?
Months,
Yeah,
yeah.
8 months. So it is a rational feeling that people want to revert that to that kind of like.
You guys probably get this too. When I finish exams or whatever, I'm so tired and burnt out from that that even if I didn't have a job, I would probably just want to sit around for 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Just to recover.
Yeah, it's true. I think I've had those 2 week periods before getting a job into summer, and I actually loved it because I could just relax and just kind of like decompress, really. But if you do find yourself kind of just throwing the rest of those free time hours out the window after work and just kind of doing whatever it is you want, we suggest that you take at least 1 or 2 days, maybe 3. I mean, the more the merrier, out of your week and say, after work these days, I am working on that new skill, or even if it's, you're starting to go to the gym or whatever it is, try and allocate some days and give yourself a structured schedule like you do during the school time. Yeah. And it really helps keep you on track, keep you accountable. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people who try and acquire a new skill through summer, and then a couple weeks in, they kind of teeter off and stop doing it and whatnot. So
yeah, and here's my tip for that, because it's really difficult sometimes. Like, I worked an outdoor job. We've all worked our outdoor jobs here. You come home, you don't want to do, and you don't even want to like make food. You just want to sit down for 4 hours or whatever and then go to bed. So my tip is, if you want, do it in the morning instead.
Yes.
So then you can come home, you can sit around all you want, and all you have to do is like go to bed a little bit earlier. You wake up in the morning, you got that early summertime light. The sun's rising earlier. It's all nice outside, perfect temperature. Get whatever you need to get done then.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, especially for working out. I'm a big believer in getting up at like 5-6 a.m. and going to work out like an hour and a half before work. Big believer in that. It was actually funny. Just when you were talking about working outdoor jobs and coming home exhausted. I think it was last summer. I came home. I was doing some landscaping, and I didn't even make it like 10 feet into my house. I just stripped down and jumped in my pool. I was just like, I needed to just like cool right off.
Oh yeah.
So in terms of, having some better, generating some good habits, maybe getting rid of some bad old ones, we suggest maybe summertime's a good time to work on your diet. A lot of students have more income, obviously. Obviously, they're trying to save for the school year, but summertime's a good time for people to kind of reevaluate their diet and look at what they're eating. And obviously, everyone wants to kind of trim down. Everyone wants to get like their summer body and all that. Do you guys have any tips for budgeting or figuring out how to go about that, do you think?
Honestly, I'm really bad for that, because when I'm working in the summertime, and that's when I'm just getting money every day. So it's way too easy for me to just go out and eat out every night or something.
Frivolously spend.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I mean, for me personally, I'm lucky. Actually, I woke up this morning and texted my girlfriend, and she said, "Send me over your monthly, spending like budget," and then the email that I got from my job in BC about the hours I'll be working. I'm like, all right, cool. And then in 2 hours, she sent me like how much I'll be projected to spend versus how much I'll be making.
Oh.
Versus, the bills I have to pay for dental work and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be making that much once like this is over. But it is true when you're not working, when you're in school, as I mean you don't work in school, you're kind of like, well, I gotta, save money. I gotta be able to not worry about money so I can focus on school.
Yeah.
But then when you're working in the summer, it's like, okay, if I'm working 40 hours a week, I can spend about $40 on snacks.
Mhm.
Like buying a lunch every day, like $8 for each meal about, or even, 10 every day, so that's like
Mhm.
50, and then you're going out. But like I'm also making money though, so it equals out. But it's a slippery slope.
It
And by the
is.
time you add it up, you realize like now would have been the best time to do the things I used to do while I was in school and
Yeah.
save up even more.
Yeah, because
It's
you have time to cook and all of that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously, like I think that's the biggest thing when saving money on food is just try and cook and like make those home cooked meals as much as possible. I
If
mean, I haven't done like a huge meal planning thing, but cook in bulk, cook those big meals always kind of help me.
yeah, like if you happen to have someone in your life who's, you know, just crazy about managing stuff like that, like my girlfriend is, then
Hmm.
absolutely use them.
I
Use them as
I
much as you
wish
can.
did she use some kind of software for that budgeting thing? There's so many tools like that
There are a
out
lot
there.
of tools like
I know
that.
if you want something free on Google Sheets, it's like their version of Excel. They've got one, and you just plug in your expenses, you plug in your income, and
Oh,
it
really?
spits out.
I should probably do that. I've been
Yeah.
kind of trying to figure out now that we're making this app, like I've been trying to figure out all the expenses in terms of like things that I know I'll have to pay for
Hmm.
and also things that I've kind of have on my list that I
Mm.
want to get this
And it's
summer as
honest,
well.
like just when you see it all just spelt out for you,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so I think I'm gonna be making this much, but realistically, it's only gonna be this much. And then when you start to write all that stuff down, you start to remember other things you have to pay for. Like
Yeah.
I didn't remember the dental stuff until we're talking about. I'm like, all right, and dental stuff,
Yeah.
and if I'm coming out to buy a flight and this and that, and yeah, it just all kind of
Yeah, like phone bill, I have mine
I was just going to
automatically
say,
rolling over, so
yeah,
you can
yeah,
forget
yeah,
about that.
yes. And I have to take my speeding ticket to court, so I'm trying to knock it down by $200.
Oh, student tickets are the worst in Edmonton.
I'm so rehearsed, they'll never beat me. I don't think this judge will ever see someone take a speeding ticket so seriously. I'm going in there like Lincoln Lawyer, like it's going down. It's
You
not.
gotta start watching all those lawyer movies and things like that to get
What's
you.
that
That's
show?
got a few
Isn't
episodes Suits.
Suits? I was just gonna
Yeah, yeah,
say
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a
Yeah, get on
lawyer
that.
show.
Walk in there, throw some files at the judge. Your Honor, this is goddamn bullshit.
I feel like they don't show traffic tickets in these. Like, I need to have some traffic law
Yeah,
shows.
but
I
if
would
you
love
go-
that. A show about lawyers who only talk, like, just fight over the pettiest shit.
That'd be so funny. That'd be hilarious. That'd be a daytime show that I would definitely indulge in.
I just got an email from Sharon that said,
Oh, Sharon.
compute 174175 will
Is
be
canceled.
offered in will be offered in summer, I'm pretty sure, if I read that correctly.
Hey.
Man, 4 years too
And
late.
it's right, and it's like I wish more ComSci courses were offered in summer, honestly.
All right, well,
Oh,
anybody
God,
like
yes.
in this city, if you guys need something to do this summer, there's a summer course for
Yes, if you need, because a lot of programs need software courses now.
you. Yeah.
I was talking to, there's a kid that's in engineering at my work,
Oh Lord.
and he was talking about, can't remember what software course he did or whatever, but he said they were doing MATLAB and he hates it. And I would go on a limb and say 174 is a lot nicer than probably doing MATLAB. Like doing,
Python is just like so nice and like interactive and dumbed down, and obviously gets intense, but
yeah.
at least in that level, it's a lot more user friendly than I
Yeah.
feel like other programs are.
I feel like if programming languages had seasons, Python would be a summertime. I have no reason why.
It's simple, carefree, very flexible.
Like,
Can you put that on a t-shirt?
Like, if I were on a patio somewhere and, somebody's got a barbecue going, there's watermelon slices, wouldn't it be Python you'd be working
Yes.
You wouldn't be, like, pounding out a C program or something.
C is
C
the middle of
is-
January.
Yeah, C is just like, oh no, pointers, another pointer. Oh, I just got a speeding ticket. Oh, great. And my car is out of fuel. Oh, awesome. You just
Oh wait, I'm
yeah,
referencing the address in memory, not the actual object.
hating your life. I don't
Abs-
know. I feel I'm wondering just how crazy Python gets because I mean, it's my favorite language so far
Really?
from all the different languages I've done.
Wait till you do Java.
But
Well,
I'm
actually,
wondering,
wait till you do any object-oriented programming,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll just be like, no, they're too easy. The syntax is too easy not to like it.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
half the IDEs, like when you press dot, it just has like a huge list of possible methods to
It
call.
like
and
does
just
it
like-
for you
okay.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's super nice, and I guess you'll see once we start using Xamarin,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is C sharp,
yes,
which is like
yes.
the it's a little. The syntax is the same as Java, but how some things are called are slightly different, but not.
So it's like a March programming language. March,
Ye-
April.
Yeah, it's maybe even a little May.
Whoa, really?
because it looks just like Java. I mean, it's different in the sense that it's not heavier on the physical code as Java. Honestly, the words used are just look different. That's all I think.
Well, that brings me to my next question, which
Hmm.
is like how, because there's the view of in the summer, that's when I work,
Right.
but other people see it as in the summer, that's when I do more classes and catch up on, you know, my credit or whatever.
Slippery slope.
How big are you guys on like, the whole summer school and summer classes then?
Have you done a spring?
And this is
summer?
in university, and I guess we can talk about
I've
like,
done
high
a
school
stats
later.
course and a calculus course at the same time 2 summers ago.
Okay.
Ooh, Lord.
And it was actually pretty helpful because I did way better in those than I
100%.
would have during the school year.
Yeah, I did a math course in last spring,
Mhm.
and it was a lot easier. Like they cut out a lot of the bullshit, so they're, this is the type of problem. This is how you do it. Go home and practice it.
Mhm.
And you're focused on
One thing.
one thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
nice.
like it, but I think it's a slippery slope. Like you need to look at your financial situation. Like
Yeah.
I definitely am in a position where I should have done spring and summer this season, because then I would like graduate in the winter. But I also need to make money,
Yeah.
and not every job is flexible, and the one I happened to get wasn't like the times just didn't line up.
Mhm.
And I kind of valued doing things like this podcast and working on our app more than just finishing school like a semester early.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
those things are
And like, I guess this is a very, very simplified version, but you can do school time, you can do schoolwork during the school year. But how often can you do like a summer job? You can't really do a full-time job.
Yeah.
that's true.
yeah.
That's a good point.
And now, see, a big problem I have also with working and studying and all of that in the summertime is that you have your barbecues and your parties. And I remember like trying to write out these trig functions or something for my course, and then I hear the neighbors are having a party, and I can like smell a
smell,
barbecue from
yeah.
the other
Oh,
side.
dude, I love barbecuing so much.
Oh my
And I gotta
goodness.
stay indoors and work,
Yeah, no,
or I have to sleep early so I can get up the next morning.
especially for difficult courses, I'm a big fan of doing them in the summer just because most courses, especially for like, I feel for typically hardworking people, even if they seem difficult during the school year, they're very doable. It's just because you have so much going on, you don't get a chance to
Yeah.
put your all into it. Like how many times are you studying for the final, and then you realize, man, if I studied this hard, I would have aced the midterm. Because
Yeah.
it's not hard. I just did not have time because of my other
Basically.
stuff, and I just crammed and did okay.
Yeah.
But oh man, I wish I had enough time. And then when you do such a course in the summer, but it's your only one,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Well, yes, there's obviously downsides like Peter mentioned, but you are able to focus on it and just put your mind in that mindset
Yeah,
for
definitely
6 weeks or
being
8
able to
weeks.
like hone in on one thing makes a world of a difference.
Yeah.
And like taking what you're just talking about, and I'm like thinking about every course I've ever done.
Hmm.
There isn't one that I could say that it would be extremely difficult even if I had just the one course. Like
Hmm.
every
Hmm.
course would be fairly easy. Like it wouldn't be that difficult at
Yeah.
all to wrap my mind around.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 204 would for the algorithms. For people who don't know, this algorithms course
Hmm.
would be hard because most of the problems you get are novel problems. You have to really think in weird ways.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be easier in the sense that you would have a ton of time to put into each
That's
question.
the biggest thing is it would be easier because you wouldn't have to just kind of find easy way out. You would be able to kind of put time into it, watch those hour-long Indian videos
Oh
to
yeah,
guide you through.
those guys are
Like
amazing.
you can afford to use up time, and obviously it's a 4 month course put into 6 weeks, and you will be blowing through material
Yeah,
quickly.
That's
but
true.
but sometimes you might need that to kind of keep the ideas connected, and with the one thing you learn helps you
Yeah.
concretely
yeah.
learn
But
the
if
other
you're
stuff.
not careful, like let's say you miss a day or two,
Oh, you're
that
That's
could be up to a week or something in
Yeah.
normal time.
yeah,
It's
that
true.
like that's the thing is if you're doing summer school, it should be with the aim of, okay, I'm focusing on this, so just this is my life for the next whatever. Like doing summer school and working, you have to pick one. I don't think it's realistic unless it's just a easy class
If
to
yeah,
work, a summer type job
that's true.
and play around with like Math 115 or something.
I think well, yeah, it really depends on the course, like you
Hmm.
said. I wonder if I would just absolutely hate doing a summer one because it's like cutting your summer short and then you get 2 weeks and then it's like back into regular school. I feel like that would be really tough.
Well,
Yeah.
I find that summers, if you're not doing anything like that, it's almost too long. Like July is perfect. And actually, I guess what this would be more from like a high school, junior high, elementary school thing.
Mm-hmm.
I always found that summer seemed too long for me. Like July was great, spent it all full of doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then same with the first 2 weeks of August.
Yeah.
But the last 2 weeks, like you've already went on bike rides with your friends for a month and a half.
Yeah, it's
What
true.
more else is there to do? It's
Yeah, like back in high school, I remember I binged and finished Prison Break, and then as if
I
that
thought you did that like a
wa-
month
wasn't
ago.
no, that was Pete. And as if that wasn't enough, 24, the
Oh, yeah.
TV show,
Beep,
24
beep,
episodes,
that
hour long
fucking
each of
noise.
them. I finished that in like a week, like 8 seasons. Just power through, just every day, like wake up at 6 a.m., watch it till about 12, pass out, and repeat, and just keep going. Like it was whenever the microwave beeped. It was the same as a TV show. I was in that show
Oh
for
my
a good week.
god.
It was intense. It was ridiculous.
was this pre Netflix? Before
Yes,
that was
yes,
like,
yes.
Ooh,
That
so you had
that
to
was
Dark
struggle.
Ages.
yeah, that was
in the
like
online.
2009, 2010. That was a while
When
back.
did Netflix? Oh no, Netflix was around for a long time, but it was
It
that
was like
mail order
mail,
stuff.
I don't know, VHSs or something.
Yeah,
It was
no.
like
Super old,
Blockbuster,
like
but
that.
it'd mail it to you, and I was like, I'm just never gonna give it back.
Not my
Like,
generation.
why would I do that?
Not my generation, no.
That was not
Can we have a Netflix for games?
the
For
GameFly.
like video games?
GameFly.
What, like, explain that to me.
It was yeah, you rent games and they mail it to you, and then you mail it back when you're done.
But is there one that doesn't require mailing? Where it's
Well, I
it's
don't think
just online.
GameFly actually exists anymore, but like an online.
yeah. Because I've always thought about that. Obviously, I'm
Yes, there
not as
is.
big into video games as you guys are, but
There is.
I would be down to test out stuff.
Only I hope I'm not wrong in saying this, only for Xbox, and it's coming out. I
Oh, it's
don't know what it's
coming out.
called. It's subscription just like Netflix, and you get access to like over 100 games that are just instantly on your Xbox hard drive, and you can just give her.
And
I
are
wanna
you
say-
paying monthly?
It's like I think it's like around the same price as a Netflix too. Like it's literally Netflix but video games.
I think there's a PlayStation version of that. I haven't checked in years, but it's like PlayStation Plus.
The difference with what PlayStation Plus is and Xbox has this too. It's called Xbox Live Gold. It's
Oh.
basically when you have these subscriptions to play their games online. Every month they feature a bunch of games that you can get for free. So it's only like a handful.
Yeah.
And then once the month is over, though, they're not free anymore. So you have to like download
Okay.
them. And there's like a rotation, obviously. But for this, it's just like open yard sale, all these games you could ever want. And then you pay a subscription. For PC, I don't think there's a ton of free games on Steam and stuff. So there's no real, there's not
Okay.
any kind of subscription thing that I know of.
But
But
that would be like really, really, really nice, especially for
smart on Xbox,
especially
though.
for summer too. The one video game I played and loved that's not sports was Fable.
Oh, yeah. The first one?
Fable, I think the third one. If the
Oh,
third
yeah.
one?
Yeah. I think I played the third one. I just played the third one, yeah.
I was obsessed with. Wait, when did the third one get released? Because I played it
Long time ago.
Okay, yeah.
The thing is, it came out for free on Xbox Live Gold rewards, so that's when I played it. I just waited, 5 years.
Yeah, dude, I was obsessed with that game.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could be that into video games. And if anything, that told me not to get into video games because I was
It's such a time suck.
I just get so
People
hooked to
think
it.
watching The Office is a time suck or any of those shows. No, video games
man.
can be an endless time suck. 100%.
I apologize.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Shame on you.
I put on my do not disturb too.
They didn't care.
They did not care.
They did force push to master or what?
Yeah, you know.
And no, but I am super surprised that no one, obviously Xbox is doing it now, has done the kind of Netflix style thing for video games yet, and it just makes sense.
And it would be perfect because summer is the best time to get sucked into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you can dabble in all these video games, try them out,
Mm.
and see what they're saying before you commit
It's
the
free
$80 now.
publicity for anybody whose game is on there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wonder for the games that are on there now, how do they go about getting paid? I don't understand how that works.
For the games that are on where?
Just like Netflix.
Oh,
how do
the movies?
But besides Netflix originals, because they obviously make money if Netflix makes money.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the
Friends and
movies
I think Netflix buys out the license to use them for a certain amount of time.
and they hope to make the money back.
Yeah, just like any other TV company might do. It's just that Netflix has so many subscribers that all those
It's always worth.
$8 or whatever add up enough that I guess they can afford things like Friends or I Met Your Mother. I'd love to have just an episode on Netflix. Just a whole podcast episode on that.
You think podcasts will ever make it to? I think no, because
What?
how many podcasts do you know of are pay to listen? None.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That would probably
guess.
I feel like that wouldn't be a good
No,
Good
it would.
business.
I think it ruins the basis of what a podcast should be.
Yeah, and they're already pretty low budget. We're just talking here. I don't think we deserve to get paid for this. Not
No.
really.
No, it's true. The amount of effort that just goes into setting up and having a podcast doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think inherently
It
entitles you to being paid.
not whatever a few bucks per episode. That's per person. That's just
Yeah, that's kind of.
I mean, I feel like it might not be listeners should not have to pay for it.
No.
But Netflix, it wouldn't be a
Bad idea.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. The only thing is right now, audio podcasts are killing it more than video podcasts are.
Are they?
And even Jorgen said 90% of his downloads are audio.
Yeah.
'cause
And he
I
gets,
listen to
millions.
podcasts on the bus, in the gym,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Right?
Exactly. So it going on Netflix wouldn't having podcasts on Netflix isn't just oh, that's dumb, because I think there is a lot of traffic to be,
Get people into that.
yeah, to
Might
get
be
them
a
into
little
that.
bit of a gateway.
It's just not, unless if videos become more of a thing, or Netflix starts to have Netflix audio.
Wait a minute. You just drop a bomb on me there?
Then they could, like
It's basically
do it in that
Napster.
way. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I know there's a. No, never mind.
I guess it's just isn't audio Netflix just Apple Music and Spotify
and Spotify.
I
think there's
guess.
one called CISO. But
Yes.
CISO is videos.
Is that videos?
A lot of comedians.
I just heard about that.
Yeah, Joe Diaz, his specials on there.
What?
Yes.
I was just thinking it like, when is this guy gonna have a special so I can
Yeah, his
laugh
specials
up
on there,
along?
and it's like CISO. Code word Diaz or something. Oh, no, the church or
Yes.
something. Just I don't know. But yeah, there's a bunch of stand-up specials on there.
It makes sense that not a lot of the traffic is video, because when I look at our numbers, it's true that our YouTube, if it's up on iTunes, people don't even look at the YouTube unless it's not up on iTunes, or
Then they'll go looking for it.
yeah, and then they'll hit it up on YouTube. But people do seem to prefer the the straight audio. But that'd be interesting if like Netflix got into the audio game. I don't know how that'd play out.
I mean,
It might be a little bit of saturated market.
it's just, I'm guessing they wouldn't just want a music thing, because there's already so much of that.
Yeah,
So,
but they could do it. That's the thing.
So that,
It's
but then,
included in your subscription, or it's like an extra $1.
but they would have to bring more than music, which would be podcasts.
Podcasts. Yeah.
I guess.
But
Yeah,
I guess you can already download movies and TV shows off Netflix.
it's just not the same.
I haven't
Like, if
utilized that
you're-
yet.
Not
Yeah, same.
really
I
either.
haven't. But if you're working, right? If you're working a construction job or whatever, you just
Yeah.
put your headphones in and you're working. You don't. You want us to be able to use your two hands and listen to something without needing the video to know what's going on.
Yeah, I think it'd be like, what does Netflix audio give you that everything else?
Yes, yeah,
already,
exactly.
Like, I already have a podcast app that automatically downloads everything,
That's
and
true.
it's free too.
Yeah. I still can't wrap my head around why someone would have pay to listen podcast episodes, because that's an option on Podbean. I can set
Probably
it to
just like if it's the really high effort, like Serial, for example. The amount of work, I know they're not paid to
I
listen
don't
to,
know
but if it
what
was,
that is.
that's the podcast that started all the murder mystery,
Yo,
like
that
to make a
is
murderer thing.
Such a good podcast.
Yeah, that was the OG one.
Sorry to
Oh,
plug
really?
another podcast on this podcast. But
Yeah,
Fuck.
we don't want to lose our visitors to Serial, but it is,
Yeah.
at least season 1 is amazing.
Yeah.
You gotta go listen to that.
'Cause
Really?
Juliana showed it to me last summer. I listened to it on the drive to Calgary and stuff, and it is something. Like, you just keep changing your mind back and forth, and you're fully on this guy's side, and you're like, did he do it? Did he not do it? And then you start to think that could be me. Like, if I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it starts off with this guy's whole issue is they didn't have enough alibis for the point in time where the crime took place or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, okay, Brandon, where were you at 7 p.m. last Thursday 2 weeks ago?
Where I
Or
always
something.
am. Where I always am.
Where?
In my room playing video games.
And can anyone confirm that at 2 p.m.?
Yeah, all my online friends.
How do you know you weren't at school?
What's
If
that?
you were meeting up with people to study.
Because I could have sworn you were at school at 2 p.m.
And
on
we have
Thursday.
two other
Wait, how
people
long
who say
ago?
you were at
2
school.
weeks ago on
Oh,
Thursday.
100%. Yeah, I was slaving away.
Where though?
I thought you just said you're at home playing video games.
What is this?
Did you kill the girl?
Am I part of their podcast? What's going on?
But that's how it is. It's like, it's just this weird thing about.
It's like, on the one hand, this guy could be totally innocent.
Yeah.
On the other hand, he's a suspicious, like, little shit.
Yeah.
So,
What?
But if you look deep enough into anyone, you'll suspect them. for something.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically the whole thing is though that she dives into this murder case and she pulls up all of these interviews and facts and she goes talks to families and
And
stuff.
she just starts to trip balls and makes you trip balls.
Yeah, and every
about
episode
it.
she's like reveals a whole new part of the case.
Man.
So something like that I could understand.
That
paying for.
sounds like one of those YouTube Illuminati conspiracy videos, but in audio form. That's what it sounds like to me.
It would be if it wasn't someone's actual life. Like she talks to the guy in prison,
Like, it's
who's
very
been
grounded.
there
Oh, what?
for
Yeah, she's
20
got like
years,
phone calls
and the
shit.
guy is like, "Listen, I know you asking me if I did it, but like I didn't, and you're wondering why I'm so calm. But it's been 20 years of being in jail. He went to jail when he was 17,
God damn.
right? And it's that kind of stuff, and you're just like, I need to keep track of where I am at all times. I need to make sure I have an alibi all the time.
Tell
'Cause-
everyone where you're gonna be.
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
time.
Just have
If
trackers
you're okay
on.
with it,
all
there's
the time.
you can turn that on in Google Maps, hey? Where you can just every day you can swipe through and see where your phone was.
Can't you
every
do
day
that with
to the minute.
Find my friend?
But this tracks it every day for the rest of your life, probably.
Google's gonna take over the fucking world, man.
No,
I
I was
feel-
reading. I had to at my job. There's a bunch of security protocols I got to go through, and there was just one slide that was all about just how invasive Google is.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was, but everything you type into Chrome, no matter what key you press, that's automatically recorded forever, pretty much.
Man.
So you type in a password, they know.
The more and more I learn about Google, the less and less I like them. The more sketched out I get about those guys, which is why I stopped using Google and I started using DuckDuckGo. You know what? I'm probably just gonna stop using Mozilla and just go straight to Tor browser and just go straight on the dark net at all times. So
Summer.
back to summer. What were some of your guys' biggest memories or maybe projects or something you were involved in over summer as a kid? Do you have one? I'm trying to think.
Say that one more time.
So let's go most memorable summer, and then be sure to bring up if you did something along the lines of our advice, like acquiring a new skill or anything like that. Do you remember a summer where you kind of utilize those things?
Well, that's the thing is, for me growing up in Nigeria in a way, I guess here too, my mom was always big on making your summers productive and blah,
Right.
blah, blah. And that takes us to talking about how we spend our summers as kids. But like I said, my mom was always big on, and my dad too, always big on being productive with your summers. So once when I was 9, I learned how to sew.
You what?
One more time?
I learned how to sew dresses, not even like
What?
male clothing, because I was learning from this lady in her shop. So yeah, I learned how to. I obviously, it was 2 months and I wasn't gifted or anything. So I started out with like the little, like you just sew in a straight line on this like little belt for like African pants and stuff, and then moved on to I
Wait,
think
what? To the
some like tops or whatever. I can't fully remember. And then there was also using chalk to outline the like garments.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
where to like cut.
yeah.
And then I remember working on the sewing machine and the pedal and the blah, blah, blah,
Sewing's
blah.
hard.
It
Well, it is and it isn't.
It is hard to learn, but once you get into it, it's actually really fun.
Yeah.
Like the same way I do music to calm down, I think I would sew to calm down. Obviously not, in a professional setting.
Yeah.
But just the emotion of it with your feet and your hand and just going through it
It's
and getting
relaxing.
stuff done. It's actually pretty cool.
Because I did, what was it, home ec in junior high, and we had to do sewing, and I could sew the shit out of a straight line. But don't ask me to make a hoodie because it's gonna look messed up. That's interesting. Sewing, eh? Never would have guessed.
I want to say one of my more productive childhood summers was, I want to say probably also I was 9, but my parents put me in this like fancy soccer camp.
Fancy.
Well, like fancy as in it was like a camp specifically for people who played
Instead
soccer.
of orange slices, you get caviar in the break.
Nothing, not that fancy,
Okay.
but it was like kind of biggish, and it was just soccer every day for a month, and as a 9-year old, that's like the best thing ever. And
Yeah.
there was like the national team for Gambia or something came and like played with us and all of this
Damn.
crazy stuff. I don't know how they managed to find that camp even. It was with like Campus Saint Jean, which is the French university here.
Right. I think mine. And now that you totally, I had no idea until you brought up your your soccer stories. I went to a basketball camp in Olds
Oh yeah.
for like, I think it was like 4 days or something.
Oh man.
Me and a friend of mine that I played basketball with, we went and we like slept in the dorms and stuff like that, and it was like an intense. It was NBC Stars or something.
That sounds intense.
Some crazy basketball camp like,
Yeah.
with some wild like coaches there. This one dude played at the University of Washington, this massive dude. He was just like he dunked over like 6 kids or something crazy, but it was like
God.
it just he looked like JJ Watt. He was just a big white dude, man.
I don't know why, but I just pictured like a fifth grader dunking over a bunch of like.
Oh no,
other
this
fifth
guy's a
graders.
coach. This guy was a
Okay.
coach.
I just
No,
pictured.
yeah. But there was all age groups. Like I had to be like 10, and it was like from think I was probably not the youngest, but one of the youngest, all the way up till like high school kids. Like and a lot like the entire Olds College was like full, and it
Oh,
was just
really?
like basketball all day, every day, and you're split into teams, and there was like a huge tournament at the end. And I remember my team won our division and stuff, but that was like that was a wild time.
I feel like if you're a kid, probably sports is the best balance between fun and like getting good at something, right?
Yeah,
Some
that's
sort of
true.
sports event, sports camp. All right, so I got a question for you guys. What is your favorite summer activity? You know, it's a nice afternoon.
Oh,
What would you want to be doing the most?
How about what did you like to do as a kid, and what do you like to do now?
I like that.
ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
When I was younger, I think I honestly biggest thing was just friends. It was just all through during school. It was always you can't do this because school. You can't do this because homework. You can't do this. Yeah, summer, blah blah blah. Blah. And every summer, I just couldn't wait to just get a chance to just hang out with friends and just be
Mm.
with friends. And it was annoying because again, like I said, during summers, my parents would be like, "Hey, now's the time you're supposed to be getting ahead. While your friends are playing, you should be in school." And it's like, fam, we had a deal. So
This is my time.
it's something that I kind of got. I didn't get to do too much, and I always looked forward to was just hanging out. It didn't matter what we were doing. I remember, obviously here we had things like we turned me and my best friend's basement. No, my mom had a course all summer, so I spent the whole summer with my best friend Moses
Oh, with
and
him.
his family, and we turned the garage of this townhouse into our man cave. And this is back in the days with like PS2s and box
Oh, man.
TVs. So we had the cardboard bin and went in really deep, and then we got rugs, like old rugs and stuff, old couches and
This is
whatnot,
amazing.
and set it up. And then I remember my friend beat Kung Fu Panda in like 2 hours because we just went ham. And it's
Dude.
that's such a fun game because when the panda starts, it can barely climb it, and it's just hilarious watching panda try to climb. And then by the end of the game, it's like flying. Like, wow,
His name is Poe.
Poe. I
Yes.
apologize, Mr.
Excuse
Poe.
you.
Voiced by Jack Black.
Designer got in my head. Anyways, so and then we had like a freezer on the side with freezes and ice cream
Oh,
Jumbo
just-
freezies.
all the time.
Oh
and
my
then
god.
food upstairs and stuff, and all we had to do was just be home, hang out, go out, play ball, and come back. And his parents were working and bringing food and whatnot. It's just the best summer by far.
Dude, that sounds like the best summer I could have as an adult.
Yeah, so that was just like the dream. And now I don't know. Now for me, obviously, like money is, and that's the thing. Then money wasn't
Yeah,
an
then you gotta
issue.
work.
Now money is a
He just
factor.
got so sad.
I just remember
So,
those summers.
so like my ideal would be working a job either obviously with com sci type internship where I feel like it's actually I'm actually we're working towards my career,
Yeah.
or if it's just something to make money, then definitely working with kids because I've done washing dishes at restaurants.
Yeah.
I've been friends with servers at restaurants. I've done labor type jobs. Everything else, just if there's something I'm doing just for the money and not for for career wise or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
I would hope to God that there's some type of kids job that paid well because that's the only thing that I don't want to shoot myself doing.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely gonna hit the SciWorks internship thing so hard next
Yeah,
year
dude, me,
because I'm
me too.
so over breaking my back.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, this job that I have right now is probably the best labor job that I've had.
Could be worse.
Everyone's really nice, and
Nice.
it's super close to my house and stuff.
It's a really
I've definitely
cool-
had way worse.
It's a nice setup too, where it's like a pretty nice place.
Yeah, it is a very
and,
nice
And
place.
sometimes just going to work in a nice looking place just does something better for your psyche than pulling up to the side of the road, and that's your job site. You're drilling. Like
It's true.
one of my friends during school, actually, he would work midnight till 7 a.m.
That's a
just
no.
drilling in the middle of the road in
Oh,
the winter.
Lord.
What?
In the winter.
Oh, in the winter.
In the
I was
winter.
gonna think, maybe that's not too
No,
bad.
dude,
Summer
in
mornings,
the
like
winter. And it's just like that is
So when does he sleep?
like this guy's a beast. Like he's an international student, so he can apply for student loans, but he pays his own tuition, and it's just a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Man. It's just like
That's disgusting.
like anytime I want to whine or bitch about anything,
Where's he
and I
from?
remember, well, he's actually from the States,
Oh.
but I guess his background is Liberia.
Oh, okay.
I
I thought it was gonna be like international. Can
Yeah.
you speak English? No. Can you drill? I can drill. All right, give her, bud.
Yeah, no, that's my childhood dreams versus now dreams.
Dude, I have so many things to say about that. First off,
yeah.
those jumbo freezies. I had Joker scars inside of my mouth from hitting those jumbo
Oh,
freezies, dude.
God.
Just scars all up and down from just freaking just getting after those jumbo freezies.
Dude, that was by far the best summer of my life.
Oh my god, so amazing. And two, when you're talking about PS2 and talking about beating Kung Fu Panda in like 2 hours
In a
or whatever,
couple hours, yeah.
I just miss video games where you could actually beat it and
Yeah.
be done it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now there's just like
Yeah.
it's online and it's just never ending, or there's
Another
just
one.
never ending grinds.
Need for Speed. Carbon.
Oh.
Carbon, Most Wanted.
Do you know how many
the
memes there are of
cover.
Carbon and Most Wanted still?
Dude, those are the classics. Like, I know they remade Most Wanted, and I downloaded it on my PC when I had a PC, and it was all right, but nothing beats the classic, blacklist of 15 to 14. And then after beating every blacklister, you get like some cards, and you have to pick 2 out of like 5. And if you pick the right one, you get their car. And I remember we will all be sitting, we're like, yo, we just beat the blacklister, come downstairs. So we come out to the basement, we're like, okay, pick the middle one. Nah, pick. Like, let's look online. But look online and see like the
Dude, cheapplanet.com. That was my site.
Yes.
I didn't even go, like, my homepage wasn't even Google, and I opened Internet Explorer as cheapplanet.com.
Just pick up the something and it's like, we got the car, it's a Lambo, no. I just lose our minds. Just simpler times, man.
Oh, man. What good times.
I'm getting Brandon so depressed right now.
Oh, dude.
Okay. Some things. All right. What do you enjoy? Bring it back to positivity. What are good things?
Back in the day, as a kid, my favorite. Hey, what about as an adult? You forgot that.
No, I said it. So if like obviously I have to work, so ideally working with kids.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm working with kids, then I get a chance to also do, piano
Lame.
and ball and stuff. Listen, we don't have internships with great companies like,
Okay, I don't-
you and
They're
your pal
he
over
doesn't
there.
know if they're a great company yet. So, for me, I was when I was a kid, I was always me. I guess it was kind of the same friends, but we would skateboard just for like hours. It was skateboarding, and you get like there'd be like 5 or 6 of us, and we'd be skateboarding around town or biking. We'd always bike to this Mac store by my house and stuff like that. So that was a big thing. That street hockey, and there was a park right by my house too. So obviously there was a lot like soccer and stuff. So mainly sports, with the neighbor kids around my neighborhood, but with my friends from school and stuff, we did a lot of skateboarding and whatnot. And we'd go. There was the elementary school that I went to as a kid by my house. They had outdoor basketball nets. And me and my dad actually went and put actual like netting on the nets because they just had the rim.
You were those guys, the
Yeah.
saviors of the neighborhood.
Yeah, we were, man. And we would do it, and we just everyone loved it.
Yeah.
And all of these nets were like 7.5, 7 feet.
Oh yeah.
So we were just
Oh yeah.
crabbing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It was the
Just-
best. And like full metal pole into the ground so you could hang
Yeah.
all
yeah,
you
yeah,
wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun. Just like being outside and like doing all that fun stuff with your friends and like hitting Slurpee breaks and like all that good stuff
Yeah,
was
that's fun.
always. And definitely like as a kid having like sleepovers were hype as hell.
Oh,
with
dude,
your
you
friends.
took
Just
mine.
Dude.
I was gonna be
crushing vids till like 6 in the morning.
I don't know how sleepovers were for you guys, but for me, it was so much politics because my parents being really conservative, they didn't want us to have sleepovers with anyone. And if it was like, like the pastor's family or like family friends. Or when we moved here, we didn't have a lot of family here. So it's just like we didn't really get a chance to. But if we really wanted to do it, usually with my best friend and his family, we would have to figure out when are they in a good mood. How should we ask them? How about we ask your parents first, and after they
I
say
definitely
yes.
remember doing that stuff
Yes.
all the time.
Whose parents are nicer? Let's see how we can get this to
There
go
was
down.
only one parent I remember who was straight savage. It didn't matter what strings you pulled. If he didn't want his kid to have a sleepover, it would just be no. It didn't matter if you told your cute little sister to go ask him. It would be like, "Hi, cutie." Oh no, he's not going. And you're like, "Fam, like there's only one parent. Everyone else, there was like little kids politics, and obviously the adults knew what was going on, but it was still good times."
Oh my god, memories. Okay, and as an adult, I think it's kind of similar, but like barbecuing, I love having people
Taking
over.
all of my things here.
I love having the fellas over and having a barbecue and just have like having a fire pit, all that good
Especially
stuff.
in this house too.
Hanging out
bruh.
outside, it's fun. I like it.
All right, well, I'll pick new ones for mine. There's plenty to choose from.
Wait,
so I'm
out
not
of
too chapped.
those
Yeah.
ones, which ones were yours?
Sleepovers.
Mine was going to be sleepovers
awesome.
and then
Barbecues.
like barbecues. All right, so my new two are kind of related. So bike rides is one.
Yeah, big time.
Because how good are, and then you can be out late and the snow's all melted.
Yeah.
And you're,
Even in high school, like biking the summer parties, that was fun. I strapped like an LED light on the front of my bike so we could see in the paths like going home.
yeah, and when I like first started being allowed to bike like on my own with friends, that's when you start to get like a little bit of money. And I mean like you had $3 or something. But that's enough for you to go to the Mac store and then get like an ice or whatever you wanted because there were no parents there.
There's a sale on Slurpees.
Yeah,
What?
like
I'm getting me an
it's
XL.
shit. It's $1 for any
Yeah, for the
size
large
Slurpee
one
you
for
want.
summers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there's a card and it's like, okay, how about you'll give me this and I'll give you this card that has one more stamp and then you get a free one.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, oh, what?
And then, they're the construction sites you try and like bike through, at least where I grew
I
up. And
maneuver
then,
through, yeah.
and then my place had a bunch of like trails and forests where
Yeah,
I
mine
lived
too.
and all of that.
That is sweet, man. That
It
is
is.
dope.
It was nice. And then nowadays I'm gonna say fire pits.
Yeah.
Not specifically barbecues, but your actual like fires, and you got the lawn chairs, you got the drinks, you got the food.
That's the thing, man. Like I really
Are we
hope.
getting boring?
That's the
The
I
former
was
sounds
literally,
so much
I was
more
literally
fun.
just thinking that right now, and I was thinking in my head, you know what? It's okay. Right now is when we should be grinding anyway. I just hope we're able to be successful enough to take those kind of
I will step it up a notch if you want.
outbreaks. Yeah.
I want to say this was 2 summers ago. I had a friend, and she had like a fire pit, like a normal party,
Mm-hmm.
but her garage, you could climb up on the roof, and you could drink and eat responsibly on the roof, a rooftop party.
That is
and it was I still
dope.
remember it now. It was one of
Whoa.
the best parties I've
That
been to.
is dope.
There is a guy I went to high school with, and I don't know if I talked about this before, but his dad had a lot on in a junkyard,
Oh man.
No,
and
he
it
did
was
not.
like it was almost like a house. It was like a half unfinished house / garage. He had like a bunch of just stuff there. This big lot on this in this industrial park in St. Albert, just like chilling, and we would just go have ragers there, just like massive parties. Same, you could like there was like a huge kind of like patio part, and then you could get up on the roof, and we would just have massive rippers in the
Oh,
summer
yeah.
there.
That is tight.
It was out of control. It was cops definitely came a few times.
Oh my goodness.
Did you guys? I also like.
Oh, best part before
Okay,
you
yeah,
go
yeah.
on. And the train tracks were
Mhm.
right beside, so when the train come late at night, we'd all take beer bottles and throw it against the
Oh
train
my
as it passed.
God.
It was savage.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Some people did. It wasn't
It
you.
wasn't me though.
Those hooligans.
High school savagery.
I got something to
good
tell you after this
times.
podcast is over. Did you guys ever do like that, but after the party, just cruising around 2, 3 a.m. in like your friend's beat up like Camry or something?
I never
Yes.
got a chance to do that until, obviously until I was, in university. Because again, like that just was not going to fly at all back in the day.
Yeah.
And yeah, like my version of like the whole driving around late, which happens obviously. But on top of that, the one I like more is when I go longboarding with
Mm.
the girlfriend late at night. And it's just like a nice BC summer night.
Summertime at night really is.
And it's just dope, man. It's just nice. There's some cars, but it's just the street light stars, and you're just bobbing and weaving. Like there's obviously, like being in a car is nice, but something about being like skating or boarding, and you can
Sometimes
feel the wind in your face and all
It's
that.
about
It's
the
just
journey, not the destination.
I'm like, honestly, that
Am I
is
right?
the most perfect.
Because
Analogy.
when you're in the car, you're not going anywhere. You're just driving around. It
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
is
It's
the
about
journey.
the journey.
So, I mean, you go to McDonald's sometimes. But
Like, even then, though, let's say you go to a party and then afterwards, think about you and your friends, party's done. Hey, let's just like go to McD's and hang out and get something to eat there,
Mhm.
and we'll figure something out.
Dude,
Would you
Denny's.
rather? Oh,
Sorry, keep going.
would you rather just hop in your buddy's car and he drives 10 minutes there, or would you rather all ride your bikes there? Like, what's more fun?
Yeah, like ride bikes there.
That's-
Just
and then you can
going,
just talk about all the crazy
cruising.
shit that happened.
Yeah.
And like,
Dude,
That's them
decompress all of
stories.
that.
The more like almost
Yeah.
the more adventure you have, the more chance of stories that you don't want to miss out on. You don't want to get there fast and then everyone came on their bikes and then they're telling you what happened. Dude, you almost died, blah, blah, blah. And you're there
Yes!
and like, oh my gosh, I just missed that awesome moment I'll never be able to have now.
There was like a stretch of a couple weeks in summer where me and a couple of my buddies were like riding our bikes to summer parties,
Mhm.
and we were riding our bikes. We were going to meet some people that were at this bar, this like local bar, and it was like karaoke night.
Yeah.
So they come outside and they meet us, and we're just hanging out in the parking lot talking, and like we're on our bikes, like we're just chilling, and this drunk dude outside the bar is like starting to like give us lip and just like, don't be a bunch of pinheads, boys. Like
Oh my
don't. And just
God.
it was the weirdest experience. And then he like almost tried to fight one of my friends, and we're just like, okay, I'm just gonna ride away on my bicycle right now. Like, what are you doing? And it was just the greatest. It was just the greatest night. It was just
man.
full of adventure.
Oh, that's good times, man.
Oh, such good times.
We gotta do some stuff this summer.
Yes.
I'm getting like kind of depressed.
I know.
Honestly,
That all
that's one reason why. I guess have I?
I mean, I got this big ravine, but there's too many coyotes and stuff. I'm just scared to. I saw a snake one time too.
Do we even have snakes here?
Yeah, we have
I
like gardener snakes or
Hate
something.
snakes. I can't. I
Snakes are so
cannot
cool.
My dad.
stand snakes.
My dad's in Arizona right now golfing,
Mhm.
and he said they're supposed to watch out for rattlesnakes and killer bees, and when they go into the trees, if they hit their ball
my
there, they have to take a club with them in case they see a rattlesnake. That's a hard no.
Oh, that's one of the that's one of the downsides of summer, right? You got your wasps, ticks, all of this crazy stuff.
Okay, that
Bears?
is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I just get annihilated by mosquitoes in
Oh yeah,
summers.
going off of bike riding, we accidentally went down this like we thought, oh look how cool this ravine is. Nobody's ever been down there before.
Mistakes were
It's
made.
half swamp. And
Oh
like
my
this is start of
God.
summer, mosquito breeding season.
Next thing you know, he's in Louisiana.
Like 120 mosquito bites, not an exaggeration,
Oh
on me
my
alone. And I was like,
gosh.
shorts, tank top.
That's the
I wouldn't
issue.
cover up.
Like that's honestly the issue is like it's summertime is time for shorts, but then you go have like barbecues in someone's backyard, and there's mosquitoes there, and you just get wrecked, just
Oh, yeah.
destroyed.
That's
It's
that's what you
We
forget
haven't
about.
had very bad mosquitoes as
No, we've
of
been
late.
lucky
In
recently.
Edmonton, no. In BC, I got just
Yeah, Fort McMurray's basically in a forest, so it's just
Yeah.
bugs. You got like horse flies and all this crazy
Ugh.
stuff. Like
No,
people
like that.
aren't big enough bait for them.
No,
They gotta hunt
thank
down
you.
horses and people.
Oh my
What?
god.
Like that's actually
No, thank you. I am good.
What is a horsefly?
I know they give like just they really take a chunk out of you. I don't
Can
know
you
the
pull up a
exact-
picture for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
I'm
pull
looking
up
it
that.
right now.
And then did you guys I think we called them tar sand beetles because it was Fort McMurray, but it's like these black beetles, maybe a couple inches long. They've
Black
got these really
beetles?
long antennas.
that
and they can
looks
fly.
disgusting.
Go size on the top there.
Oh, what body part is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
compared to?
Oh, that's someone's finger. Size at the top left
Size?
there.
Oh,
There you
Yeah.
go.
So we can see some comparisons.
Yeah, size of your thumb or something.
Oh, that's pretty good size.
Yeah, compared to a mosquito, that's a
yeah. It's
Oh, look
small
at that one
tank.
with the horse head.
it's pretty fat.
We're looking at some disgusting fly photos. That's so gross.
Ugh,
Bugs don't
ugh.
bother me that much, to be honest. Like wasp and bees. Because it's not like they're... The things with wasp and bees, they don't bother me is because they're just checking it out. And if they don't find what they're looking for, they just bounce.
Yeah.
If you just, just chill.
But if you're eating outside, which is all of the summertime,
Mhm.
that's when you got problems. I
Yeah.
was on a rooftop patio for a bar. I didn't need to say it was a rooftop patio,
love-
but
I
I just
love
want to say how
patios.
good are those.
Oh, I love patios.
But the wasp climbed into my beer bottle,
Ooh.
and if I didn't see that, can you imagine trying to drink the
Nope.
bottle with a mouth?
No.
You
That's-
just die.
That's bad news. I've never
Either
been
you
stung.
swallow a dead wasp or you
Oh,
eat a
no.
live wasp.
Oh no. I can't right now, man. I'm sorry. I cannot. Just that is disgusting.
Have you ever been stung?
I've been like mosquito bites is as bad as has gotten like bee stings or anything worse.
I've never
no.
been stung.
It's just been regular bites, and those are just like those are inconvenience,
Mm.
right? But it's not the same as like painful stings, which I can't even like. Please no.
This is such a nostalgic episode for me because I'm just remembering all these things. By the park by a house I used to live in St. Albert, there one summer some wasps wasps decided to make a nest. I guess they can make nests in the ground, like they can burrow.
Oh no.
Talk about
Yeah.
making good use of your summers.
So they made a little nest like right beside the park, and like the neighborhood kids on my block went to war with this wasp nest, and we were just throwing sand and clay balls at this nest for a good like 6 hours. And 2 kids got stung. No, 1 kid got stung. We had a man
no.
down. He had to
Oh,
go.
no.
He got stung. He just ripped it home. And the rest of us just went to war. And we actually like filled it with dirt and sand and like killed this whole wasp nest. That like,
you won.
yeah, we won. Like,
Because there's some YouTube videos out there of people who try to fight wasps.
No, we murked them like big time. It was
All right,
amazing.
so for landscaping jobs, I haven't done that. You guys have. Is that a real worry that you're gonna like accidentally disturb a wasp nest and now you got 50 wasps or something?
they're pretty apparent.
Yeah.
Like if yeah, like you'll know if you're near one. But I've never actually had that problem in landscaping, because you're kind of like doing people's yards and stuff, and they're already kind of keeping an eye out for that stuff, and they don't want it near their property anyway. So I've never really had to deal with it.
Yeah, like even gardeners don't like wasps and stuff.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they're really in a environment where they need to deal with that, unless you're maybe working for the city and you're doing like public parks and
Yeah, like parking lots and that stuff.
yeah, that might be kind of an issue.
Mhm.
But it all kind of depends on what kind of landscape you're doing, I suppose.
All right, summer foods now. You got a favorite summer food?
Bison Smokies.
Specific.
Wow. I don't have summer foods. It's just, I guess, the classics. I don't know, like
The classics.
Like your barbecue foods?
like barbecue foods, ice cream, whatnot.
Pork ribs.
Beaver tails, though. Beaver tails. Do you know
yeah.
what those are?
Yeah.
Carnival food. That's
I
a
only
whole
really
other-
have
Yeah.
churros. God damn.
Did you see Chuck? Charles Barkley. You know how he had dissed all the women in San Antonio?
What?
Like
As a group?
just like for many years now, it's just he just always just jokes and like makes fun of them.
Really?
And they know, and like San Antonio women hate Chuck, and Chuck like doesn't like him.
What?
It's just a weird
That's a weird feud.
funny feud they had. But he came on the show last week and apologized to all San Antonio women. And Ernie is like, why? And it's like, Ernie, I had the churros at San Antonio. I have to apologize to every San Antonio woman.
Churros are a magical food. They're so
Just
good.
completely resolved a 5-year feud, and I'm like, that's hilarious.
I only have beaver tail when I go to Montreal.
I had it in Banff when I went with Jay last summer.
Oh, okay.
I want to say I had
First
some
time,
Banff,
and it was-
probably too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so like greasy but good.
Greasy.
Yeah. Beaver tails?
Are they like deep fried or something?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like hot
Wait, do you
Timbits
mean-
with ice cream, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Kinda, yeah. Like I'll pull up a picture right now, but it was
Because sometimes I see people like, I'm having beaver tail, and I'm like, that's not beaver tail. It's. I think it's different.
Maybe yours is more like authentic or something.
I'll pull it
Yeah, that
up
looks
right
different.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, something like
No.
this.
No.
This is actually the exact one I had. The banana and stuff. So I was like, oh, I should get something healthy on that. Did not make a difference. It was
That
just-
looks good, but that's not the beaver tail I know.
Let me try to. Yeah, this is what. Oh,
What? That
Try
looks like
talking
a dude. That just looks like a chode churro.
It's just.
Is that such a bad thing?
Yeah, dude.
No.
Look at that. It's just wider, deep fried
try
chocolate.
Beaver
I
tail
said,
like Quebec or something?
Yeah, beaver
Yeah.
tail Montreal or something. Because in Montreal, when you get beaver tail, it's like small, almost like Timbits, probably like the same thing, but it's in a bowl of ice cream.
Oh really?
And there's ice cream, and then there's hot like beaver tail in there.
Oh boy, that sounds like
That's-
just as good.
That's the only beaver tail I've ever had.
Kinda like.
Maybe
it's poutine.
maybe it's
Or-
just how I had it, and because it's my only experience with it, that was my prototype for it. Yes,
Oh,
right
there
there.
you go.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty. Yeah, that's what it
Okay.
looks like.
That looks a lot classier, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you say greasy, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
This is beaver tails,
Beaver bites.
beaver bites. Yeah.
I don't know. The place I had it was in Old
In
Montreal.
In Montreal is that picture.
But yeah, churros are good, but definitely for me, any kind of smoke, preferably bison smokies, but like Chipotle smokies, jalapeno and cheese smokies. Oh, and pork
Homemade
ribs.
burgers where you got just all the toppings. You got your own
Yes.
healthy summer things. Have you guys ever had grilled zucchini?
No.
It's
No.
so good.
No, I haven't.
It's like
I do like doing those. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
no, I was basically gonna say just I was gonna trail off.
Grilled
and just think
zucchini
about
is
that.
Okay. I like doing those vegetable and like pepper shish kebabs on the barbecue. Those peppers and like grilled pineapple and stuff like that. Those are always nice to have on the barbecue. And corn. I like
Oh yeah.
Corn
me
on a
and me and Angus actually one summer. I think it was like 2 summers ago. He came over. This was back when I was living by Southgate, and we just had like a feast. I think we had like pork ribs, and we made wings and barbecue corn, and we just had like a
God,
monstrous
Sounds
feast.
incredible.
Oh Lord.
It was a good day. It was a good day. It was a good time. I
Oh
can't
my
complain.
goodness. Yeah, dude, summers. The other thing I love about some summers in BC is the beaches, man. That's something that's just
Are they really that
not
nice,
here.
though?
Yeah. See, I
And
wasn't raised with that sort of stuff.
that's
so
the
I
thing.
can't.
I wasn't raised with that kind of stuff, and that's why I appreciate it more. And all my time in BC, I never went to the beach once, except for like church baptisms. So like,
You
I
just have to
never
watch
got
from the shore.
yeah, like I never got the full experience, but obviously, since university and all, going to the beach, especially again at night, the tide is in, the moon's out. It's just, I remember what's the last time I was there? November? Yeah, when went out with the lady late at night, moon's out, just a nice view and whatnot, and then drive around and grab sushi,
Hmm.
and then drive home, and it's just a good, like it's warm out. You don't have to, to
Damn, I
to
want
grab all
sushi
that.
now.
Just,
Why you gotta do that?
sushi is also just so much cheaper in BC. So I'm gonna just.
Whenever
Like
someone
that small
says,
place.
I'm just gonna trail my voice off as I say that.
whenever someone says, "Oh, this beach," and then they say it's in Canada, I am immediately skeptical.
Why?
Canada does not have
Like,
nice beaches.
quote unquote beaches in
Beach.
Alberta. It's just.
I mean,
it's
Alberta,
just,
no.
Ugh.
That's just
It's a
no.
lake
But
with like toxic mold in it or
but
something.
BC, and then
They're like
sometimes
rock beaches.
Sometimes we go over the border to Seattle too, and go to some beaches on the other side. And it's no Hawaii. It's no
That's the thing. I've
the
been in the
thing,
Caribbean
but-
and like down there and been to those beaches, and then like I just can't like come up here. and be like,
These
this
are-
is an amazing beach.
These are my words for you: is ignorance is bliss. That is
That's fair.
That
I'll
is
take
what
that.
I'm swimming in right now. Well, I hope I can take some more swimming lessons this summer.
Oh, that was
I-
something.
Oh,
I did
really?
as a kid.
Yeah.
I
feel like
taught
everybody
myself how
did
to
those.
swim.
Ooh.
That's a lie. Tomb Raider taught me how
Yeah,
to
Tomb
swim.
Raider. I remember that. I remember that story. That was like on our first episode.
Was it?
Yeah,
I want to say it was.
it was.
It was
On our-
early on for
on
sure.
our rambling episode, you were talking. I was like, "What? No, she did. What?
Oh,
No,
dude.
stop it."
I could tread water like it's programmed into me.
Yeah, I learned. I remember I started. Was it last summer? I started learning, and then I go into a pool like once every like 6 months now. But I'm still like, yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still getting there. But hopefully, since I'm working in like a rec, I can get in more.
I'm pretty
more
sure
hours
one
this
of my
summer.
step siblings learned from Tomb Raider too.
Dude, I just can't. Like, my body just sinks.
That's like my dad.
My body just sinks.
He's doing it wrong. It's weird.
I mean, I must be,
Yeah.
but there are people that can just like
'Cause
jump,
you-
jump in and relax, and Obviously, I
Well,
couldn't.
that's the trick.
'Cause
Nobody's
you-
relaxing though. Everybody's
No.
always
That's the thing
treading
though
water.
is that I couldn't relax in the beginning,
Mm.
right? Because I wasn't comfortable in water. But
It's all about like uniform movements, and
dude, it's so easy to say, man. But again,
it's not easy for sure. It's just like not only do you have to be doing the right movement with your arms, and you have to be doing the right movement with your legs, you have to be doing both those movements within like unison of each other.
and it's so hard.
And it should be easy for you because you have a swimmer's body. Like you're built like a swimmer.
Dog, I don't think that is true at all.
It is true.
'cause
It is
I
true.
feel like if I had saw more fat on me, I'd probably be able to float better.
Have you seen Michael Phelps? Like
You got a
okay.
swimmer's body.
Okay, give me a more realistic comparison.
I don't know. All the swimmers I knew kind of looked like you.
Have you seen Ken drinking water?
Pardon?
No, except in the swimming pool's music
I mean, I haven't-
video, and he almost drowned
But
in
you don't even remotely. What?
Okay,
You don't even
Kendrick looks
remotely
totally
look
different
like him.
than you, though.
He's like short and like,
It's shorter, yeah,
but still, he's like. What? No. What? He's like not in shape whatsoever. He's
what's
a short little
someone
man.
with with a proper, like, while they proper? There's no way Michael Phelps is a proper comparison with me.
There,
No,
I mean, I
like
just,
long and wiry. That's what they are.
yeah, I just
and
know
that's
a
what
bunch
you
of
are.
people.
I
Isn't
guess
that why
it
they
is
call it what's
doable.
an otter? Your body type. If you're an otter, it means you're jacked, but you don't have a lot of fat.
Oh,
But you're
like
not too
mesoderm.
I feel like I have to look into this and see what they do, because it's definitely
It's definitely just a
like
technique
people
thing.
have
It's not
tried
your body type,
to
that's,
teach. But that's the thing is, I feel like you need to teach when teaching someone, you need to take into account their body type, because
100%.
there are other people that I know that got taught, and then the process of just laying and leaning your head back and just laying
And letting that
in
big
water
belly float.
was a lot easier. Whereas for me, my center of gravity is just not in the same place.
Oh.
And I tend to tilt towards my legs, even if I'm flexing my legs and trying to keep them up. And I'm fully relaxed on top. It's just not the same center of gravity and balance.
That makes sense.
I need like a team of scientists to teach me how to swim.
You know what I might do this summer? I mean, we're doing the podcast. We're making this app,
Mm-hmm.
working and all that. I have a harmonica, and I have free harmonica lessons that I got for Christmas. I might just learn how to shred on the
Dude,
harmonica.
some jazz and blues. I can sample
Give us a
that.
nice outro song like live in the studio.
And I can
can
finally
sample that.
jam. I
Yes.
can finally jam with
Dude,
you.
you got all this stuff over here just sitting.
Oh, dude, I'll just come in here
All
sometimes.
this stuff, the
A friend-
turntable and all that.
A friend of mine came over and he plays guitar.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I gotta show you this room. So he starts shredding on the guitar. And then my stepbrother comes in. He starts giving her on the drums. And then my stepsister starts slapping the bass.
Ooh.
And I'm just sitting here like, someone give me
I
a
got the
triangle
camera.
or a tambourine. Like, I don't know.
That's a great angle. Just keep drawing from that angle. Awesome. Great. Nice.
Yes,
Need-
you guys
need
are
in the
doing
water.
awesome.
More cowbell.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I love this setup. And I'm looking forward to renting studio setup in BC so I can get some reps. And I found though working on beats now that school is done obviously is amazing.
Yes.
But there was something with being forced to leave a project during school, because you obviously have to go get your schoolwork done.
Right.
And now I'm trying to figure out how not to spend too much time on something.
Oh,
Like
I
I'm sitting
see.
there and I'm like, keep trying to add stuff, trying to find stuff that fits, but it's like
Can
this
get convoluted.
this could be done. I could just work with what I have and make it better
That's true.
instead of spending hours trying to fit this other stuff in. And I feel like it will be a good couple weeks to figure out this newfound freedom.
You definitely need to hit me up with that song where you use that Buju Banton freaking
Yes,
sample.
I need to figure
Send
out.
that to me before it goes live because I need to indulge.
I need to figure out how the guy, by the way, is just Jamaican singer, super raspy voice.
The best.
I have to show it. I wish we could just play his song as the outro music, right?
I know, it's so good. Have you listened to his
Just-
other songs? His other songs are good.
I listened to I think a couple other ones, and it's just like this guy's just having fun.
He's so good,
He's just
dude.
having so much fun with
But
his
some
raspy
of the
voice.
context of his songs are so dark. So dark. I mean, if you don't understand patois, then you're not gonna like
You know
know what he's
follow
saying.
along, yeah.
But it's like really, it's like about killing homosexuals and like really crazy shit like that. Because Jamaica, they're like really anti-homosexual.
But he's just smiling and having so much fun all the
Yeah,
time.
it's so
Just-
misleading. It's weird. Great. Oh, I love his. He's my favorite reggae artist
Yeah.
though, for sure, 100%.
Anyways,
Alright.
as far as music stuff, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
we obviously took a break for
Tell us about
exams.
Ebb and Flow.
Yeah, we took a break for exams, but
Yes.
we're gonna be back releasing stuff this weekend. So
Yes.
outro music will be lacking again this week. I'm thinking I could.
Wait, what?
No, I'm thinking what the outro music will be
For this week?
for I guess this episode, because it's not just a weekly thing anymore. It's summer. It could be anytime.
Who?
We could be releasing anytime.
Oh,
So-
so you don't have one that
I
hasn't
don't
been
have-
on?
Yeah, I don't have one.
Oh,
or
I
anything.
see.
So this podcast will be naked, but we'll clothe the next one with some nice outro music.
Absolutely.
Cole, you want to sing something for us then as the outro music? You got anything off the top of your dome? Some like royalty-free jingle bells, some...
No.
Jingle balls, some nice summer Christmas songs.
Summer Christmas. What is this? Australia? Stop
Yeah,
this.
that's what I was thinking. How weird would it be to have Christmas in the summer?
I think
Not
it'd be
weird at
kinda
all.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing because when I get that new bike, I can actually ride it.
I don't know. I love
I was thinking about this the other
snow
day.
so much.
I was shoveling my driveway
Uh-huh.
and I was like, you know what? Christmas would be awesome in the summer. It'd be amazing because you get all your new stuff and you're like, man, like as a kid, you get all this new
As
stuff.
a kid,
Let's go hang out with my friends
Oh, yeah.
and play with all our new stuff.
Yeah.
But people here, oh, it has to be snowing and it has to be a white Christmas.
I guess-
It doesn't have to. You're just used to that. Like,
But that's the thing is, I'm not used to it, and that's why I love it. Like, I don't care for snow, obviously, as you guys both know. But
you
as,
have no
as
love
a
for snow.
pedestrian or as a driver, but talking about strictly Christmas, in BC we didn't have a lot of white Christmases, but here every Christmas we pretty much do, and I do like it. I do like the whole Christmas vibe with snow.
And then once it's
the
December
20
26th,
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
would
nah.
like it to leave so I can go and actually shop and stuff. But if there was a way to just make sure every 25th there was snow, I would be okay with that.
That's okay.
I'll be very
I
okay
think as
with
an
that.
adult, you just need it to so you don't feel so terrible in the middle of December.
Yeah,
Can you imagine doing December to January with nothing?
No, that would be awful. I couldn't do that.
first year Christmas break, first year in uni,
Yeah.
and first year in Edmonton, so I didn't have any friends. My life was 8 hours of work at Timmy's, come home and watch 8 hours of Chuck, and then sleep for 8 hours
Jesus.
and repeat.
Man,
And every Christmas now, I can't help but remember Chuck, like the TV show.
It
which
got you
had
through
a
those times.
Terrible last season, but all the rest leading up to it was just so good. I remember my mom was out of the country too, so it was just me and my brother, and it was just
Boring.
it was boring, not because they're wearing friends and stuff, but I guess in my head I already settled that I wasn't gonna have friends, so so it was actually pretty chill and just and you also don't feel too bad because it's not as if you see other kids playing outside. It's freaking snowing out the wazoo outside, so
Yeah.
it's like
feel
everyone's
like
indoors
I've-
and hanging out and chilling.
I feel like I've had stretches of time like that where it's just like I work. I think I was one. It was like the January, February, March before I went to university.
Mhm.
I like upgraded in the fall, and then I was just working. and I just had nothing to do. I just went to work and came home, and I was just
It's the worst, man.
I'll
can't.
just like play video games or something.
Just can't.
I know the message of this episode has been to like be productive and stuff, but after that second half, I have to take it back. Don't live your adulthood like sadly.
Don't waste it.
Go outside. Don't work. Quit your summer courses.
What should the name of this podcast be?
Ooh,
We will decide right now.
summer productivity or nah.
I'm thinking summer and nostalgic tangents.
Summer nostalgia.
Or just summer nostalgia. Sounds
I
like
like
a
that.
Frank Ocean album.
Is that a thing?
Are you down?
Summer nostalgia?
All right.
Absolutely.
I'll Google how to spell
Stamp of
nostalgia.
approval.
Boom. Done.
I'm excited for the summer. We're gonna do a lot more episodes.
Yes, I am leaving for BC beginning of June.
You got some
So,
time.
I'll be banging out some
We'll make
episodes
sure
before that.
Toe's sweet voice is still coming.
When you
into your
guys
headphones.
send me the podcast to edit, I'll just add my own stuff. It'll just be
Yeah,
like
every 30
random
seconds we just
insertions
pause for 10 seconds.
of my laugh, like ha ha ha.
Yes.
And then that'll be just my contribution for the next couple of months.
And we're gonna be doing a live stream in June.
Dude, that's okay. Let's not even start announcing that right now. 'Cause
Oh, but I'm so
I'm so excited for it. But
Okay, cut that out.
next episode. And
Take us out, Scotty.
what's the opposite of live? Instead of we're live?
Dead.
And we're dead.